Hi, welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let me do something real quick. Welcome, everybody. I see some folks in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Let me get the intro going so that, shout out to everybody. Lord have mercy. We got 30 people here. Welcome. Good morning. Let me get the intro going so I can let everybody know and make sure that, stuff goes out, notifications, and we can get started. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Do a little intro real quick. Here we go. Good morning. Well, Kelly, I'm glad to hear the good news. Shout out to the garden spider. I still don't like spiders, but I'm glad it survived. You guys, hey, Grape Tea. Hey, everybody. Listen, last night. All right. Let me ask you guys a question, okay? Shannon Sharpe was going viral last night. I don't know how the man was having sex on IG. His IG was going off. People leaked the IG. I'm not really sure. I saw it in various platforms. The man was legit having sex, and the IG was rolling, and the comments were going. And Shannon talks about I might have been hacked. I don't think you were hacked, sir. No, Mr. Club Shay. No, you were not hacked. That's not gonna work. I think he was trying to have a viral moment. Yeah, no, that's what the internet is on fire about. I saw way too much. The man is too. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that this man said he was hacked? Nope. I'm not believing it. No. You don't believe it either? He came back and then he admits he wasn't hacked. He did that shit on purpose, right? He wanted to have his little viral moment. He wanted to make sure that the people heard it. Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny because I was like, okay, so that's the story we're gonna sell. And then luckily, he does admit it. So that's what I woke up to, all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was all going on last night. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then you watch the video and you're like, oh shit, this don't seem something that was like, oops. This seems very intentional. Very much intentional. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But Shout out to Shannon Sharpe for waking it up in the morning. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do. It's that viral moment. People will do the most for a viral moment. Yeah, we figured that out, right? People will do the most for a viral moment, which is insane because I'm like, the man's already, I mean, his YouTube channel does very well and other things in businesses that he's involved in. So I don't know why he thought he needed to do that, but he did it. He did it. Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Make sure you're hitting that like button. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Yeah. So you'll find that video just about anywhere. It's going viral. And he'll tell you it was just gross. It was a little too much for me, but it is what it is. He said he tossed his phone without realizing he had started an IG live, and someone on his team made the post he was hacked, but he later said he wanted to tell the truth. He better tell the truth because they would have dragged his ass for filth. You said, I always wonder what room that was in the background on Club Shay Shay. I don't know. I really enjoy Club Shay Shay. I really enjoy the interviews that he does. So I will say that. But it was interesting to wake up. The growling took you the fuck out. It was too much. And I'm surprised that people play that because, like, you honestly do run. I wouldn't play that shit on YouTube because you do run the risk of being terminated. You do. So I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. And you know what? Blast from the past. There's a lot of people here that need those viral moments. It pays the bills. That's what it is. It pays the bills. It keeps your name in the algorithm. The people want to know. Now, quite honestly, I am not that invested. I just thought it was a ridiculous excuse, you guys. All right, let's get started, you guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Yes, clutch your pearls, please. And thank you. Y'all are amazing. Thank you guys for being here. What are you guys drinking? Let me know. I got some iced coffee over here. Of course, my drink of the day is the iced coffee. So I went to get my iced coffee this morning because I buy the Starbucks already pre-made. I used to do my own little, like, what is it called? When you put the beans in the water and you let them sit there and, like, basically allow it to brew on its own. I used to do that a lot, and then I don't know what happened. I think I broke my little thing, and anyway, so I go to Starbucks, as a not Starbucks, my store, and it's like a already made Starbucks thing, right? You need more coffee? Yes, get it. So somebody in the store was like, "Hey, is that really good? I always see you buy it." And I said, "Yeah, it's already made, yada, 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 ready to go. I do iced coffee. I don't like my coffee hot." So it was interesting because this person has been watching me buy this same. It's like, I wouldn't say it's a French press, but it's like what is it called? Those I forgot what it was called, but you put the coffee beans in this little thing and then you put the water in there and then it soaks the coffee beans out, and essentially you're basically getting the strongest part of the coffee. You let it sit there for about a week. Let's see if I can pull it up. I think it's like a cold brew. Like, you can make your own cold brew. It is a cold brew, right? That's what it is. Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, here it is. I used to, it completely broke and I haven't been able to replace it. And quite honestly, I just don't have the time to make it. But you can do your own cold brew. I used to have something like this, very similar. Very much recommended if you got your own little coffee. A tot. Ooh, who you said toddy coffee maker? That's another one. That's a good one. It's a drip. Thank you. But this is how you make your little cold brew. Yes, you have a little cold brew unit. So that would save me. I need to go back and get one. But that's what I need to do. So you have this. If you like iced coffee, this is the best way to do it. Put it on my Amazon list. I need to update it. Shout out to the people that send me Amazon wish list gifts. I gotta give you a big thank you on my community wall for Baby Bunny because she got some stuff. So you put your beans in there, and what I would do is let it sit there for about a week. and or two. Just let it sit there for a week. Put the water in there, and I would get like Brazilian coffee. I'd get all kinds of coffee and just let it sit there, and it brews. So then maybe about a week later, you dump the beans out or whatever, and you just get just the most concentrated part of the coffee. That's how you do it. Yes, it's pricey. A good one is pricey. I used to have one, and then it breaks. A week, I let it sit there a week in the fridge. Let it sit on the week in your fridge for a week, and you'll get some strong ass coffee. All right, you will be wired if you love your coffee. Now I have ADHD. Coffee, I could take a couple things of coffee, and it doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't. You love I love Javi. Girl, I love Javi. I've never heard of that. I let it sit for a week. You just let the beans sit there with the water, and you'll get the most concentrated part of the coffee. You really will. It's good. It's good. A week or so. Some people let it sit there for like a month. They do. They let it sit there and soak, and then you remove it, and you'll get the best coffee. I mean, it's there. Yes, some people do 24 hours. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Definitely recommend it. You said week, too long bacteria. That's, it just depends. I mean, if you can do it, I let it sit there for a week, and it's pretty good. Some people let it sit there for a month. Yes, it's true. It's true. But it's supposed to be 24 hours. Well, there you go. There you go. A month down. Now, that month does sound dangerous. I will give you that. I don't think I do a month, but a week, I might do a week. I've done it. So it's not too bad. I mean, if you like that concentrated part of the coffee, it's not too bad. It's in the fridge. Should be okay. Yeah. You leave it in the fridge. Don't leave it out. Don't leave it out. Put it in the fridge. Yes. Anyways, y'all, let's get it together. So that's why I need to go do my own. I'm going to be doing that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you again for being here. Let's get it together, you guys, because we got some news to get into. Now, after the Diddy stuff yesterday, I was like, I can't do Diddy right now. It's too much. Diddy stuff is a little too much for me at this point. All the stuff that's coming about him, everything that's coming about him, it's just no. But anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts as we continue to talk about Diddy. We'll talk about Diddy maybe some other time. It just became too much. I mean, I feel some type of way. Yeah, no, Diddy. After reading that whole lawsuit, I dropped part 2 yesterday, and it was just a little too much. Okay, it really was. Doing Diddy Rabbit is too much, Pixie. Listen to the complaint. You go hear it. It's yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Justin. Okay. Justin, now you guys remember Justin, what he did, everything that he did. Okay. Guess what? He got a little plea deal in his DWI case. Okay, or DWI. Yes, not DUI. DWI. He got a little plea deal. What do you think that plea deal was? Let me know. Have y'all heard about this? You guys remember he was driving drunk and then trying to cut a deal with the friends were there trying to help the police officer. Let's get him out of trouble. Like he's fine. We'll take him home. We'll drive him. Some of us would have been incarcerated right away. I mean, he was taken. The man got off. Of course, he got off. Yes. We didn't get to see a body cam footage, and he got off. No, Carla. No, Carly. No probation. No. Well, hold up. Let me not overspeak. So his deal was much lesser than the offense of a DWI. Okay. So Justin Timberlake just sealed a plea deal in his DWI case, hammering out an agreement that does not involve drunk driving or even a criminal offense. It was a traffic violation, y'all. He basically got it down to a regular schmegular traffic violation. Now, most of us, right? We would have been locked up. We would have had to go, report to the authorities, of course, get a little, monitor on or something, report to an officer, do some stuff. Yeah. So it's to a lesser offense, and it keeps going. I think he has to do something with MAD as well. So, yeah. You said, I know a guy who was pulled over for 8 DUIs and got off 7 of them. Tell me about his attorney. DWI, yeah, money talks, good attorney, good lawyers. I'm not surprised because let me tell you, some of us would have been, we would have had a hard time. We wouldn't have needed to get our license, $10,000 in fines. I'm just thinking of, I've had family that has had DWIs and, they did their time and it took them forever to come out of that. The penalty of a DWI, a DUI used to be a lot harsher years ago. It seems like it's not a big deal. Yep. Community service and MAD counseling. AA canceling. Thank you. And MAD. So he has to do something with MAD. We'll talk about that here in a minute, which I think is important, but it's a lesser offense. You said New York seems to let first-time DUI offenders off. You said caught 4 times in 5 years, jail. That's why you pay for an attorney. If you can't afford to, they know how to talk to a judge. Yeah. I honestly thought that they were really going to stick it to him. Honestly, I really did think that. Especially because he was trying to sway the public. I'm surprised. He said, this is some crap of poop. People want to give his lawyer props. My thought was, sheesh, what a slap on the wrist and what a slap in the face to all the families that have lost family members. Absolutely. You said it was $10K for your hubs attorney. I'm telling you, but this man, I mean, he can piss on $10K. He has the money. The man has money to buy a cab company. Okay. So for me, it's like, why would you like a blatant disregard for the laws? Chris Cuomo even talked about it. He don't get, it's just like, yo, you said it's 10K in Arkansas, or is it Arkansas or is it Arkansas? People used to talk about how you say that. I think it's Arkansas. Let me know. Which one is it, Running Bear? Which one is it? I don't want to offend people because there's different ways to say it. You said the cop house stopped him, didn't even know who he was. I know, right? The cop was like, who are you? And the friend was trying to convince him not to like give him any tickets. I'll take him home. Don't worry. He didn't even know who he was. The cop is young. He ain't keeping up with this, millennial boy band stuff. It's Arkansas. See, I said it right. Thank you, love. Arkansas. Thank you. We used to say Arkansas. Well, anyways, yeah, and people would get mad at us. So I'm like, oh, okay, Arkansas. My bad. I said it right correctly the first time. Oklahoma, welcome. You said I have a friend who has 4 DUIs and to get that blow thing in and has to get that blow thing in the car. Oh, you mean like the little breathalyzer in the car? Like you can't start your car unless you blow into it? No. It's crazy. Anyways, so the singer's lawyer, Edward Burke Jr., and the prosecutors just got the judge in the DWI case to sign off on the deal. The DWI charge is officially dropped, and Justin will just be driving while impaired. That's gone completely out. According to direct sources, he was able to remove that off his record. Although the word impaired is used, it is not a drunk driving offense. Okay. As for the penalty, we're told Justin is to pay $300 to $500 fine, and that's it. The judge will set the exact amount of the fine during the first hearing on Friday, which I believe would that be tomorrow? Probably, when the plea deal is officially before the court. This is a major win for Justin, who was facing serious criminal charges for the DWI in his June arrest. Okay, so Justin will still have his driver's license suspended in New York. Standard operating procedure because he refused to submit to the breathalyzer test. So no body cam footage. He didn't submit to the breathalyzer after he was pulled over by a rookie officer. Now TMZ says he was pulled over by a rookie officer. The officer was doing his job. Whether he was a rookie, who gives a shit? He was doing his job, right? He didn't blow. He didn't want to blow. Yeah, I mean, that was his choice, but he could smell him. I don't know. TMZ, you're trash. But, anyways, it is what it is. In New York, refusal to take the breathalyzer triggers automatic license suspension for a year. The good news is he's getting off with the slap on the wrist. Mhm. Now, you JT fans can be happy. All right. The laws, everything, y'all won. You guys won. Okay. Mm-mm. Never do the breathalyzer or the feel sobriety test. That's what they say. They say, but I mean, then you fall, then you might not be able to drive. Doing that is an automatic, hit to you regardless. As reported, Justin was arrested June 18th after cops say he blew through a stop sign and failed to stay on the right side of the road. He was charged with a DWI, but twice pleaded not guilty, and his lawyer maintained Justin was not intoxicated when cops arrested him. So a lawyer comes out here saying it was a false arrest. It was a false arrest. All right. Here's my deal, y'all. What if he would have killed somebody? What if he would have hurt somebody? Because that could have happened. And he's been drunk before, and he does the most in public. I mean, he was being affectionate with another actress. I'm sure that Jessica Biel didn't quite take very well to that. But you guys, what do you make of that? What if he would have killed somebody? Would this have been different news? You said people say, "Oh, I say Illinois." I've said Illinois before on a video. It's Illinois. Sorry. And y'all corrected me. I laughed because my pronunciation of the name and places could use some serious work. Me too, girl. Me too. Yes. Shout out to Burden of Proof. But it's true, you guys. What if he would have hurt somebody? What if he would have killed somebody? No noise in Illinois. Sorry. I don't think he does, Kim. I don't think he cares. Nope. That's right. You better have and he knows it too. He does. You better have a good damn lawyer if you're going to be saying no testing. Yes, they are. Double standards. Yep. Well, it's enabling. So if he does it again, don't be mad if he hurts somebody or he hurts himself, okay? You fan stands if he does it again, because I honestly think that Justin has a problem with drinking. Or something's up with Justin, all right? Now y'all want to say that's not the truth. I'm just saying. Something tells me that this man has struggled with substances for quite some time, and we've been looking away. We've been paying attention to Brittany because Brittany has been, kind of doing her thing over there, but nobody wants to pay attention to Justin. Justin has been struggling with some shit. He has. He has. And it takes some time for people to show themselves. Absolutely. You remember when what's her name was it Reese Witherspoon who her body cam footage came out. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Remember that? Yeah. So I have a feeling that it was something was going on with him, because in the police report, he was more worried about his tour, because he's touring, I think, in Europe or some shit like that. Whatever. He was more worried about that than the consequences of driving drunk. Hey, Eric, welcome. You said the more he messes up, the closer we are to an end. The more he messes up, the closer we are to an NSYNC reunion. I personally have never liked him. Me neither. Me neither. People have said that he's like an industry plant. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily believe all of that. Personally, I think that he is something else. I think for me, it was with the whole Janet Jackson situation. I didn't like how he handled himself there. Even though Janet Jackson being, she handled herself the way she needed to in such situations, but she was like, blacklisted from the industry for quite some time, and they shamed her. And she did what she had to do, in my opinion. But I think Justin really took it upon himself to destroy Janet, in my opinion, and he liked that. You said aren't normally naturally talented. He can sing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I necessarily believe that he's a plant. I do think he's a trash ass human. I do. But that's just my opinion from what I've observed, you know? Yes. Yes. You're right, Claire. You said I never understood why a celebrity would ever drive themselves when they would have been drinking. You know what? Veruca, you could have hired he could have hired an Uber. You know what I mean? He could have done that and he decided not to. Decided not to. Well, thank you, Marilyn. Shout out to Marilyn, y'all. We've been rated by Marilyn, by Marilyn's subbies. Shout out to Marilyn, guys. Thank you so much. You guys, if you guys could drop her channel in the chat, that'd be amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you. I am a little spicy. I'm waiting for the coffee to hit a little bit more. All right, so we just talked about Justin. We shall see. We shall see. I need a refill on my coffee. Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk about Kevin Spacey, you guys. Okay, Kevin Spacey, you guys know that he has had a couple of allegations, well, several allegations. Now I have to refresh my memory. I believe he was able to beat the civil case, and there was a criminal case that he was able to beat, I think in New York and in the UK. I can't remember the exact spots, okay? But there were some pretty interesting allegations that came out, and Kevin Spacey has been trying to repair his reputation, trying to do the most. He did a interview with what's his name? Pierce Morgan. And we did a little deep dive on it. There was this like documentary that came out on HBO about Kevin Spacey. You said Spacey sucks. So listen, there are some people that are kind of like on the fence when it comes to Kevin Spacey because they feel like Kevin Spacey, you know, the accusers were right on him. There's a lot out there. And then some people feel like Kevin Spacey was done very wrong by the industry. I mean, you have, who is it? Not Susan Sarandon. Who's the other one? The lady from, I'm thinking of her in my head. I see her face. It wasn't Susan Sarandon. It was the other one that was in Basic Instincts. What is her name? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. So she came out and she was like, Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone, yes. She's been defending Kevin Spacey openly. She has said, you know, the industry, it's because he's a man. People don't want to stand up next to him. It's, you know, he's a man. That's the situation going on. It was Sharon Stone who's defended Kevin Spacey. Now, Kevin Spacey right now, this has been kind of all over the news and everything. Kevin Spacey has lost his house in Baltimore and he's refusing to leave. They sold his home. Like, I think it was like a foreclosure type of situation. Okay. Yeah, she flashed the Cucamonga. Yes, she did. That's what she, you know, I don't know about the lady hit her head a couple weeks ago. She had like a black eye or some shit like that. She said she like fell and lost her balance. Something was going on with her. I don't think she's doing too well. So yeah, Kevin Spacey is basically a squatter at this point. Yes. So he's refusing to leave. He's refusing to leave his house. Yeah. Let's get into it. Okay, so Kevin Spacey. Here we go. Allegedly demanding $100,000 to move out of his Baltimore home, painting himself as the victim. Now he's keeping his cards close to his chest. Kevin Spacey allegedly demanding $100,000 to move out of his home in Baltimore, despite being sold to someone else. So his house was about 9,000 square foot, 5-floor condo in a gated community, was foreclosed and auctioned in July after he fell behind on the payments, having lost regular work after being canceled in the wake of the hashtag #MeToo accusations. However, the former House of Cards star is still a fixture in the Harbor View community where he's allowed to rattle around the stunning pier front residence. Look at this house. Look at this house. You said it's karma, karma, karma. Look at this house. You said I did Kevin Spacey's makeup and hair on a movie, and we worked together on a movie in the mid 90s. It was on the down low that he was gay. He was married. That was before legal gay marriage. Shout out to the real deal. Real deal, tell me what you think about these allegations though. What do you think? Do you think they're unfair? Where do you stand with this? Let me know, real deal. Thank you for sharing your experience with Kevin Spacey. You know what's so funny is that I was contacted by some people that I work with Kevin Spacey too, either in movies or sets or something to that effect. Thank you, Suzanne. Tell them to hit the like button. Um, so he's a squatter in this house. Let me tell you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Carly says it's a beautiful place. Maybe one of the neighbors can rent the house. I would be missing payments every month. There's no way that I'd be able to afford something like that. I would be missing payments. But look at the view. Look at he does not want to leave. He doesn't. Have a good one. Have a good one. You said I think Kevin did he did some download things. Did do some download things. I can't even read. But if the house has been sold, then he needs to go. I think he needs to go. He hasn't done any films. I mean, he hasn't done it a whole lot anymore. I think House of Cards was like his last gig. You know, I don't know if he's that rich. He went broke after paying all these attorneys and trying to, clear his name and stuff like that. He literally went broke. You said it looks creepy. You couldn't live there? Homes are overpriced now. Well, he ain't living. He's not leaving, and he wants 100,000. That's what he wants. Maybe he needs a GoFundMe. I don't know. So he paid more than $5 million. He's paid more than $5 million for that house in 2017, but fell behind the mortgage payments. $5 million for this condo, for this piece of property that all you own is what is it? Like you're kidding me. I would have bought some land. 5 million. I would have bought a whole, land and put my house in there. And that's what I would have done. So then it would have been paid off so that people wouldn't have kicked me out. You know what I mean? It's a condo. It's not even his whole house. He is a neighbor. I would have bought a piece of land so I wouldn't even have had neighbors. A squatter demanding 100,000. That's what's going to happen. They're going to change the locks. That's what's going to happen. Really? I mean, are they going to put his property outside and then he's going to have to pick up his property? This is really sad. He needs to move for sure. They will carry him out. Oh, they're going to carry him out. No, it might be the whole house, but I mean, he's got neighbors. They're going to lock him out now. It's been sold. I'm just telling you. He could have done so much more with 5 million. He could have even more, because I that's just the cost of the property, but what he was worth at the time. Get yourself a little lake, a little property. That's what you do. You said you would rent him a room. Hold up, y'all. Y'all would. How much would you rent him a room for? You guys are too much. I'm just saying. I didn't know he went broke after all the legal stuff. He talked about going broke on Pierce's channel. He did. He did. You said it would be funny if they put his belongings in the water. Yeah, where are they going to put? How are they going to put his belongings out? They're going to put them in the water? They're going to be floating in the water? Anyways. Kevin, listen, Kevin. I think that Kevin has been used to some level of royalty that he's been given in Hollywood. And I don't take this away. The guy is, let me tell you, before I have a lot of questions about the allegations. You can, his craft is there. I will say that. However, Kevin, you can come out of this in the way in which you have a little bit more class to the situation. Matter of fact, you could do it right now. Get you a little YouTube channel, okay? Get you a little YouTube channel and start YouTubing this whole situation while they're, and go viral that way. That's what they would do. It's a house. It's a house. He could probably start a GoFundMe and do what he has to do. You know what I mean? Yes, but that's just my thought. That's what he thinks. He thinks he's royalty. That's what it is. But sometimes this is what a fall from grace looks like. He says that he wants the new owners to pay him 100,000. That's what he told the new owners. That's what he wants. Because the property was bought for 3.24 million by a real estate investor who now claims that it was auctioned, okay, and he feels like he's being extorted. He feels that a lot of this is so unfair. This is enough to make anybody go mad at this point. So he's broke. He's broke. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I wonder if they store his belongings. If he doesn't, you know what? Not when, I don't know. I mean, that would be a nice thing for them to do, but I honestly think they're just going to throw it out. And they'll probably throw him out in the water. That's what they're going to do. Or Sharon Stone can help him out. I mean, they can. They can. Okay, I want to go to this story right here, this situation right here. Shout out to Chico who gave me the update on this. Now, how many of you guys remember a case that we had followed about the Kansas City Chief fans? 5 of them. 5 fans. And there was a party and some of them froze to death outside. It was a really weird case. The friend is like a mad scientist or something like that. They all died. Yes, they did. They were there outside. Y'all remember that one? We have an update. So major update in the death of Kansas City Chiefs fans who froze to death at friends' watch party. All right. So 9 months after 3 of the Kansas City Chiefs fans were found in their friend's backyard, charges are expected to be brought soon. Okay. But not against the homeowner. This is what the attorney said. Now, you guys remember the attorney was coming out here and it was just like the attorney was making shit worse. This story was weird, wasn't it? It was a very weird story. You still think I was wondering what they were going to do because they were doing the autopsy and everything. Anyways, so they found substances in the bodies of these individuals. Okay, they did. The bodies of David Harrington, Ricky Johnson, and Clayton McKinney. Now, let me just say this. Some of these ads are doing the most. I am not trying to see people's ass cheeks while I'm reading this shit. Sorry, guys. I'm reading the article and you got the weirdest ads. I got somebody's butt cheeks right in the article. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to close that down. Okay. I'm trying to read the article and then this is going on. I don't get it. It really was. It really was. Yes, the friend. Y'all got that? You said it was, I don't think it was fentanyl. The mad scientist. All right. Let's get into it. Yeah, the attorney was doing interviews spinning the story. So the bodies were found at the friend's backyard, Jordan Willis, at his Kansas City home in, Missouri, on January 9th, 2 days after they all gathered to watch the Chiefs play the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, while toxicology reports show that they had cocaine, THC, and fentanyl. Sorry, I didn't know if it was, I couldn't remember this. It's been a minute since we talked about this. Fentanyl. Shout out to the person that said fentanyl in the chat. In their systems, officials have not revealed the cause of death for the men. Their friends and families believe Jordan Willis, an HIV scientist, was involved in their untimely death. Y'all remember that? Willis attorney John, oh my God, I can't even say his name. Is it Passarno? Told Fox News. Remember, the attorney was so weird. So weird. So weird. They were found in the backyard. Yo, yes. Charges will be forthcoming in the next few weeks. His client will not be charged. That would be Jordan. He won't be charged. Remember this? He was giving me Godfather mobster views. I don't know if it's his suit. I don't know if it was his hair or his highlights or I don't know. Something was going on with this attorney. Okay. And these are the friends, by the way, that were found in the backyard. Really weird story. Really weird. I can say with confidence that my client will not be charged in that regard. My client will not be charged in any matter and having to do with the untimely death of his friends. Instead, the attorney said that anyone who potentially provided the football fans with drugs could face charges. The criminal liability could be for a felony murder charge if somebody provided those young men with drugs, he told the outlet. Now, John said, the attorney, definitely out of the ordinary how long it's taken for the investigation to be completed. The Kansas City Police Department labeled its death investigation it labeled it a death investigation instead of a homicide. I don't know what caused this investigation to go on for 9 months. That would be a better question answered by the prosecutors. The Kansas City Police Department told Daily Mail, we have not received any news updates from the investigators. Okay. So the prosecutor's office spokesperson spoke to Fox and basically said it's still an ongoing investigation. I assume when something is done, Eric will be provided, will be doing a press release, and that Eric is the prosecutor from that county. We don't have a timeline to report, unfortunately. Now, what? So they're not going to charge the friend. We don't know what is going on. This is a developing story at this point. I know I said Kansas City shoot. My bad. It's the police. My bad. Hard to understand why people play with such dangerous drugs. It is. You said absolutely no way there wasn't part of them getting those drugs. I don't know how. Well, did they do it in the backyard? I want to know. You said leave Polly Walnut alone. Lord have mercy. I know, Jordy T. Did y'all hear this news too? But anyways, so this is a developing story. I guess we'll see. We'll see what's going on. This is your backyard. How do you explain their cars being parked in your driveway? That's what I don't get. So they have a party. Jordan says that they leave. Jordan goes to I don't know what, 3-4 night. He's asleep for so many days. While his cars are parked out there, the friends are outside frozen to death or freezing to death. There's a search for them. They're knocking the doors. People are breaking in windows of Jordan's property to check in to see what's going on. Yeah, he was high too. He had a fan on. This is in the winter. Families coming to the house. They're looking for the 3 men that are missing. They're trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? Maybe they were all drugged out. I'm not really sure. We're finding out that they were doing drugs beforehand. It's a mess. Jordan's asleep for 3 days with the fan on, noise canceling headphones, and a fan. Thank you. That's what people were saying. No way these guys fell out all together outside in the snow. You think they were put there? So it went from they were investigating it. It's a death investigation to a homicide. What's going on? What is going on? Yes. Yes. Thank you. He wasn't thinking about the friends. It's a crazy story. That's why I'm to explain it, to go back and explain this story again, it's crazy. That's what I don't get. You said, I think he gave him drugs. So immediately, people's eyes went onto the friend because they're like, well, you're a scientist for an HIV office, whatever, you're experimenting with different things. Even the family came forward and were looking at the friends, completely. Suspect at the least. Stasia, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to little Irish girl. Absolutely. Congratulations, love. Talk about ignoring the problem, hoping that it goes away. And Candy's life as well. Congratulations, guys. What do y'all think? You said he should be charged with something? I don't know. But they're not going to. It looks like the attorney guy went in there. I don't know. He gives me I wear bad cologne vibes. I don't know about you guys. Don't he look like he wears like some really bad cologne? This guy wasn't doing his client any favors. Like he was not very good. He looks like he just wears bad cologne and he was saying the craziest shit online, period. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, I did hear too. I heard about Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony, Casey Anthony's in Tennessee, right, Chico? That's what I heard that she's out there. Listen, you guys, Casey Anthony wants a reality TV show. She had pitched, I talked about this a couple months ago. Casey Anthony wants a reality TV show, okay? That's what she wants. She's been trying to get people's attention by doing the most. Honestly, that's what it is. She wants a reality TV show. That's what she wants. And so, yeah, she's out there dating married men, doing the most, trying to, get the attention of the people. Mm-hmm. So she was I heard that she moved or that she was spotted in Tennessee or whatever. But she's very desperate. Very desperate. You said please make Casey Anthony I State. So that's what I heard during the week. I wasn't even gonna talk about the chick because I don't necessarily like her. But what was it? It had to be a good 8 months ago. 8 months ago. Okay. She was pitching a reality TV show to various networks. That was exposed about 8 months ago. Okay. And she wants to be in the limelight. So that's why you're seeing her surface. The girl doesn't want to, she wants to be back. She sees what Gypsy Rose is doing and she wants a cut of that. She wants a piece of that. She sees what Gypsy Rose is doing and she knows that she has an opportunity for that. And that's why she's doing what she's doing. So I wouldn't cover her unless it's out. I mean, you already know. If she comes to YouTube, there's going to be a whole sector. The whole Gypsy Rose, people that expose Gypsy Rose is going to always expose. It's just going to be, yes. Yeah. T-Baker's like, most desperate women do OnlyFans. Not OnlyFans. I don't think anybody would be watching Gypsy Rose or not Gypsy Rose, Casey Anthony on OnlyFans. I don't know. Candy's Life, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Thank you for being an amazing rabbit. Well, shout out to you, love. Shout out to you. No more baby killers. Stop making criminals famous. I mean, that's what makes sense. That's what makes sense to me. Stop making these criminal famous, but y'all want to talk about them. I'm telling you, Casey Anthony is she's trying to be relevant. She's trying to, get her name out there. That's what she's trying to do. She's been trying to do that. And so what's going to happen is all she has to do is start a YouTube channel. That's all she has to do. She just start a YouTube channel, girl. And you know what? They're going to eat your ass up here, especially. I see it. She's going to try to Gypsy Rose the situation. That's what she's going to do. She might have a hard time though, but I wouldn't be surprised. Shout out to everybody. People will watch anything. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. You said she's an equal opportunity marriage buster. Wait. Now, maybe the guy's separated, okay? Let me just say this. Maybe he's separated. Maybe that's why they're hooking up or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. What was that one lady we covered too? That was kidnapped but wasn't really kidnapped, and she went to prison and now she's like doesn't even have contact, like she has not a very good relationship with her children at this point. Who the hell was it? She pretended to be kidnapped and she was shacking up with some guy that she was hooking up with. She did a whole Hulu series. I see her face. I just can't remember her name. And we did a whole breakdown of it. See, when I do a breakdown on people, I do the breakdown and then I forget who the hell they are. Sherry Papini. Thank you, love. Thank you. Sherry Papini. I could see her coming back and saying, I'm doing a reality TV show. She's dating a rich guy, you guys. She's with a rich guy right now who owns a shitload of property. Now, tell me, tell me what's that all about? Eminem sang about her? Really? Huh. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. You said my niece turns 19 this Saturday and her older sister Rib would have been 21 this year. I take it very hard when it comes to Kaylee. Gotcha. But Suzanne, they're gonna do a whole reality. I'm just saying, it's clout. It's easy to get. The rich guy wants clout. Maybe that's what he wants. I don't know. But y'all, stop making these people, these criminals, famous. That's what you got to do. Stop making them famous. Stop it. The Houdini song. Okay, I gotta listen. I can't even think of it right now. Let's talk about this situation right here. Okay, y'all. If there's one reality TV show I remember, and maybe I might have watched a couple episodes, was John and Kate plus 8. Okay. Now, I remember that John, when he left that relationship and that marriage and everything, he was made out to be like this crazy, abusive, mentally unstable man, which could very well be the case. I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. But a lot is coming out about what Kate Gosselin has done. And let me tell you, I believe about what Kate Gosselin has done to her children. Okay. TLC has always been trash to me. I remember I just remember when reality TV show was a thing, TLC was they pushed that shit. Kate was the original Karen that dated the security or cheated on John with the security guy. Y'all remember when she was having that affair with that security guy? The guy, I said, not the guy that's doing security for you, girl, not that guy. Okay. But yeah, it was true. I remember this is like, if you think about OG reality TV shows, this would be one of them. This would be one of them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Yeah, I see that there's an active shooter in Colorado. I'll be probably doing another live on that here in a minute. Let me get onto this because I don't want to stop this story here in a minute. Yeah, he was. And I'm not saying he probably was. I don't know, John Gosselin. Honestly, he probably was a very shitty person in my opinion. I don't know, man. You know, people surprise you. You just never know. I wasn't married to the guy, but I also wasn't married to Kate Gosselin, and I feel like Kate Gosselin is trash. She's always kind of been trash, and I always kind of wondered why people have admired that woman. I don't get it. I don't get it. But she is the original Karen. Hold up. So Colin, who's been since the show started, has always been seemed like the demon seed child or something. I do remember this. He's always been made to be out like this really, really bad child. That was just obnoxious, couldn't be handled. You couldn't really like control him. He had to be, done a little bit different. So let me go ahead and get into this. He does this interview. Okay, this is the channel, the Sunbiz Show. Listen to what he has to say.
My mother became physically aggressive. Multiple times she had zip tied my hands and feet together. My mom always told me nobody would believe me. I was fully isolated from everybody. I had no friends, nobody. I was 100% treated differently. I remember saying that I'm not trying to trick you, because I remember thinking that nobody believed me as a kid.
Nobody believed him because he was made out to be like this kid that was really unruly. He really was. And maybe he was struggling with some mental health. I'm not really sure, or behavioral problems. Maybe that's what it was. But Kate was not very well. Kate was about the damn show. Okay. Kate was about keeping her bag and doing what she had to do to keep her bag. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Y'all Kate defenders, because I know I'm going to get them in the comments. Your girl was doing the most to keep the hairdo and the bag and all the freebies that came with it. Before Ruby Frankie, thank you, little Irish girl. Before Ruby Frankie, Kate was doing the most on TLC. Okay. Before Ruby Frankie, Kate was doing the most. And I think both Kate and John are guilty as AF when it comes to those children, those 8 kids, honestly, because they both failed these kids. Y'all let them be a product of reality TV show, and this is what you have. You guys did this. Now, I know that this was not like a natural pregnancy for her, because I know, if I remember the story correctly, she struggled getting pregnant. If I remember the story correctly, she struggled getting pregnant. Okay. So I think it was it insemination? Remind me in the chat what it was, because it's been a couple years since I looked, and I might even do a deep dive on this to talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Opening up about his childhood for the first time, John and Kate Plus 8 star Colin Gosselin has made several shocking allegations against his mother, claiming she isolated him from his 7 siblings, locked him in a basement, and physically and emotionally abused him in an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun.
What about the other kids, right? And I think, like, I remember Colin always getting called out on the show. In vitro, it was in vitro. It was in vitro. And they were trying it and they did it. And I know Kate, this is coming back to me, I think she was a nurse. So before the show, I believe she was a nurse. Let me know in the chat.
While millions of viewers tuned in to follow the lives of John and Kate Gosselin, their twins, and their sextuplets, making it one of TLC's highest rated TV shows of the 2000s, brave Colin has now revealed that off-screen there was a horrifically dark side to life in the Gosselin family.
It was rough. It was rough. I definitely went through it a lot as a kid from my mother's end. So it was tough. My mother at many times, and most of the time, became physically aggressive, verbally very abusive with the things she would say. And obviously that carries over to, the emotional side of things where, a young child doesn't know any better.
The one that has the most.
It's sad. Yeah. Okay, so she was a nurse. All right, right. Knew she never get rich being a nurse. She did what she had to do. She did what because this came, she went back to work as a nurse rabbit. So she was a nurse. See, it's coming back to me. You know when this came about? This became popular around the time when Octomom was a thing too. This is why it's coming back to me. All right. She did IVF and she couldn't get pregnant. It was Octomom and this show. And it was kind of like Octomom was, because that was a huge controversy. Octomom was having all these babies, and then she was like, I think, on government assistance or something like that. Y'all remember her? So Octomom and John and Kate were kind of like right here, and it was made for like TV. Nadia Suleiman. And then the lady, she did OnlyFans, I think, at that time. What was OnlyFans? She got into that shit too. She got into a couple things to try to sustain. She was on food stamps too. I mean, she was doing the most to, do what she had to do. Mm-hmm.
The most bumps and bruises is definitely Colin. He falls like 56 times an hour, but he's not tough. He gets upset.
A very emotionally abusive relationship. And when my mother would put me in that room multiple times, she had zip tied my hands and feet together and bolt locked the door, turned the lights off, and had cameras there just watching me. In that room that my mother had built, oftentimes she had zip tied my hands and feet together and kept me locked in there for most or all of the day for multiple days. And that
Colin is alleging that he was zip tied to rooms. Now, was this before or after the separation with John? John, where the fuck were you? Like, I know that she was doing the most to keep the kids, but I'm sorry. I think, to me, John is just as trashy as Kate. That's how I see it. I do feel like the media made John out to be this like really horrible person, but I do think that they're poor. They're both trash. They really were, both of them.
That doesn't just make you feel helpless, but it was the fact that I had nobody in my life then. I didn't have my siblings. I didn't have teachers at school. I didn't have anybody. I didn't have friends. I wasn't allowed to visit my father. I had nobody to go to, not one person to talk to. I had no relationship with anybody. I was fully isolated from everybody. I had no friends, nobody. As I'm older now, and I can kind of look back and see videos or pictures of myself younger, it definitely is, it's a crazy experience because
I think he was crying out for help for quite some time. Yeah, John admitted that he messed up and it was easier to just not deal with her. But when he found out Colin had been sent to boarding school, he fought for him. And that's, you know what? That's what happened with That's what happened with Gypsy Rose's dad. I think I have something in my eye. Gypsy Rose's dad, thought that it would be easier for Dee Dee Blanchard to deal with Gypsy Rose, and he checked out. I'm gonna need both parents to figure this shit out. Like, step up. I'm sorry. Like, I'm married too, and if shit doesn't work out, whatever, I'm not going to, like, both parents have to be visible. He did fight for him after he went to the boarding school, but before that, that's what I heard, Amy, that Kate had him kicked out of military school. Now, the military, excuse me. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I would like to see this, but I do feel like that this young man did sustain some level of child abuse, because there was nothing normal about their childhood. They were going through all this shit on reality TV show, and Kate and John, both of y'all love that check, and y'all put these kids through this shit. You did. You could have walked away. You could have said, you know what? We couldn't have children, and now we've been blessed with 8. Okay. And yes, it's going to get hard. We got to figure out how to pay the bills. Who's going to give us jobs? What are we going to do? You guys, like, I don't get this shit. I don't get this. Like, you make your 8 children the priority, and you do what you have to do to make money, but you don't sacrifice their well-being for the reality TV show. That's like that one lady with the 19 kids and counting. What's coming out of that right now? What's been coming out of that for the last couple of years? It's crazy. You said, but regarding John having my own family as a coercive, controlling, manipulative narcissist with sociopathic tendency, it is a mindfuck. Nobody has a guidebook on how to survive it, though. That is true. That is true. You said, sorry, but I can't get past the fact that Gypsy Rose bio dad was 17 and Dee Dee was 24. And there's that. And then there's that. Yeah, Dee, tell them. And was this on TLC? Because a lot of the clips that the Sun is providing, they're from the show TLC. A lot of it is from TLC. It's not just like, oh, it just, they're isolated incidences. We've been watching these kids get abused throughout the years. Just like Ruby Frankie, right? We've been watching her do the most. So Colin has alleged that mom got him kicked out of military. That mom basically let the military people know that he had all kinds of issues, mental health issues. And Colin is saying that he's taken the appropriate psychological evaluations to get out of that. That's not the case, that he has been cleared of that. So I'm not really sure what Kate is doing about that. Do I believe that Colin is probably struggling with something? Yes. But I think that that's part of because of his childhood, the environment that he grew up in. Yeah, I believe it. I believe that we can all be products of the things that we grew up around, that environment that Kate and John and TLC provided to these kids. Y'all created this. You all created this. And shout out to, at the very least, I can give John his flowers for now stepping up. Okay. But you guys are all going to have to speak out. And Kate, to me, she's always been trash. Always been trash. Oh, we always will be trash. Period. That's just how I see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said, I remember specifically, Kate would say Colin is with his dad right now. I just thought Colin just had the camera. Yeah, right. Like, there were the whole show is questionable. All of them. Exactly. The trauma living under this whole reality TV show. Period. Hold up, let me see. I will scream this through the rooftop of a sadistic abuser. We'll put on a show, and when the cameras go off, we'll put a kid in a basement. I believe we see him on camera acting out. Absolutely. Like, when the cameras were off, they were off. But you see him, and then she's like, well, Colin, he just falls 50,000 times all the time. Okay. All right, girl. Keep telling that to the people. It's true. She's responsible for him getting discharged. She put everything in her little Karen head online for the world to see. She's trash. I'm sorry. All these people are trash. They're products. They're products of a reality TV show thing. It's the same thing with Teen Mom. All those kids, you see what Farrah's doing to what she's okay with when it comes to her child. Farrah is trash to me too. She's always been trash. But you know, her mom's trash. They're all trash. Like, and I remember watching this. They like I think back and I'm like, was there anybody that I really liked in Teen Mom? Who was it? Um, who was it? Oh, the girl with the red hair. Not Macy, but the one that would actually dye her. And you know, she's done well for herself. She had Adam. Aubrey and Adam. What is her name? I could think of Aubrey and Adam, but I can't think of her name. And she had the red hair. Janelle is trash. She's on YouTube. You're trash. Well, at least she's done. Chelsea. I think Chelsea has done very well for herself. I'll give her that. I think that she's done very well for herself. Out of the whole group. Even Macy to a certain degree. I don't, you know, and I used to watch these shows a lot. I just can't believe where we're at right now. Who was the girl that had the multiple baby daddies? What is her name? She was just, she's just so scandalous. And the way she talks about, she got pregnant. She's had kid after kid, and she had twins. I mean, she can afford them. You know, anyways, not Leah. There was another one that had, God, what the hell is her name? I could see her face. And she's doing a podcast right now. She's doing a podcast with like another baby mother of another baby daddy that she has. She's got it. Anyways, let me stop. Just the way she kind of picks her guys, it's weird. Leah was the blonde with the cheated multiple. Kale. Thank you. That one. I really am. I need to get like a coffee. That one. Mel, I am struggling today. I need like 3 more refills before I'm going to do another live here in a couple minutes to talk about this shooting that's going on right now. I need it, Mel. I need a couple of refills. I downed that coffee way too quick. I really did. Kale. That's the girl. I don't watch them anymore, but I did at one point. Julie, thank you for being a member for 7 months. I cannot. I'm on the struggle bus today. But anyways, check out the video. It's out there. This is Colin speaking out against Kate Gosselin, and he's alleging that zip ties were used. A lot of stuff was going on. I don't know. I think a lot of these kids are just products of what's going on with them. Yeah. I don't have time. I don't watch TLC. I haven't watched TLC unless I absolutely have to. Hell, I didn't even watch a lot of the Gypsy Rose stuff that's going on anymore. I watched a little bit of the doc. Thank you, Ann, for the $10, love. Thank you. I know I'm struggling. I need to go get me a refill. I need to make it stronger this time. Thank you. Please hit that like button. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to try. My nose is itchy too. Oh my God. I'm going to try to, maybe it's the microphone. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can go live. Let me see what's going on with this. There's a shooting going on in Broomfield, but I want to do a different live on this. Broomfield, Colorado shooting. Police respond to an active shooter at apartment complexes. Lord, not apartment complex. Schools, apartment complexes. Maybe that's what it is. I need to sneeze. You guys, I will see you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching the replay. Shout out to you guys. And I really hope, Colin, keep exposing these people. Keep exposing them. Do what you do. Keep exposing these people. That's what you got to do. And I'm glad, and I hope that John steps up and speaks out and says what he has to say about what is going on. That's just my thought on that. I will see you guys on the next one, hopefully here in about maybe 20 minutes. Let me see what's going on, and then we'll come back. All right. Exposing. Do it. Thank you again. Thank you, Ann, again for the super chat, my love. Thank you. All right. Hit the like button. Bye, guys. Bye.